Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing my St Kilda vs Hawthorn game review and going through Sicily's 165. In the end it was really annoying that he went well, and then pretty much everyone for me did really well, and it looks to me that we do not have to worry about a Mitchell injury concern, and hopefully he continues playing because he might be my surprise post-bye, enabling me to get Humphrey, I believe, is the guy that I'm going to target. Humphrey up, because I can get Humphrey up to basically Oliver post-bye if Mitchell can hold and not drop in value. That is the plan. And so now before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, Crouch top scored 114 for St Kilda, not the overall game, just St Kilda. 38 in the third. He looked really good, and really showed that he can still score without Steele. Marshall 96. I thought he was unlucky I swear he had another tackle that wasn't given to him, and he was unlucky not to get to the 100-point margin. 100-point range, I should say, as I thought he got a tackle given here, but I thought he had another tackle as well, and that would have got him up to the 100-point range, and that would have really been a really good round for me, other than McPherson and Atkins at the moment. Like, I would be on track for a 2400 round, I think it's something like that, if it wasn't for McPherson and Atkins stuffing up. But a lot of people, it was only something like 16% of the top 10,000 had that, so I'm pretty happy at the moment. Sinclair 82, I'm glad that I haven't gone for him, as he's just looked woeful and still dropping some cash. Will be interesting outside of the bye. Wengele Malira 81, he's actually been really just good to watch, to be honest with you. He's very like Nick Blakey in the way he plays, so he's going to have those games where he goes 120 when he's just able to kick the ball around the back, but he's going to have these really interesting 80-point games where he's really actually more damaging than almost a 120-point game. Steele 78, I'm glad that I didn't pick him up, as he's just gone he's gone bust one game, boom, and then bust, I think, in the time that I've got him. I mean, McPherson again, sort of them two going into their buys. What's McPherson gone? 102, 55, 85, 67, and Steele has gone, I think these two have basically underperformed completely. Steele has gone 85, 75, 121, 78. So I'm pretty happy that I got McPherson in the end over, like, yes, obviously it's disappointing that he didn't score, but it's allowed me to do other things, so sacrificing 20 or so points overall for McPherson over Steele isn't that bad in the end. Hill 78, Wood 77, again another disappointing round for him. Burns, Wilkie, Ross, Butler, Howard, Stocker had a low score, so anyone who for some reason still had him to try and get some more cash gen, probably that failed, as he's going to be 668k, so you can probably trade him out now if you still have him. King 63 got a couple of goals early, got 4 goals in the end, so pretty good effort from him. Patton, Webster, Philippou I thought was really damaging early, and then sort of settled down, obviously, as you can see here, and glad that I had gotten him out. Yes, he will make a little bit more cash and get probably towards that 500k, but I think it's at the point now where he's not going to have a ridiculous 90-point game, it doesn't look like, where he gets that cash gen reset sort of thing. And I think I can get more value out of getting these 200k guys, like offloading Philippou to a 200k guy and making him have even just a 50-point game for a 200k guy, gets the cash down, the break even down to 0, and you get some really quick cash. Whereas it doesn't look like with Philippou there's any cash like reset in sight, and I think almost if we look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he gets a 49 out of his system. This gets a 70 out of his system. No, 49 out of his system. So and he loses a 70. So when he comes back to play, his break even's probably going to be 45, 46, and there's just not much cash to make out of that. So I'd be getting him down to Mullen or some other rookie, as they've looked really they'll look to really gain some cash quickly, and Mullen has that better buy, and hopefully he looked actually really good, Mullen. So hopefully he can provide some stability on the bench, especially as we have a lot of red dots this round, and we can fix up those. Battle, Gresham, Higgins, Camaminti, just, yeah, if anyone had him now, I'd be getting rid of him, as he only really did well because he had a good 5 minute stretch, good 30-second stretch here. It looks like of he had 10 points. He had 9 points in 0 seconds because he went that quickly. Obviously that was over probably the span of about 10 seconds or so, but he had a hit out into a holding the ball decision, it looks like, and then he had a goal 10 minutes later or so that got him most of his points for the game, 21 out of the 39, so wouldn't be going for him. Then on to Hawthorn side, and it was Sicily just having a ridiculous game, and I was so close to getting Sicily over Merritt. I was looking at all the stuff, and I probably should have gone Sicily, but luckily now I think I can go Sicily. I'm pretty sure I can, but it would take me getting rid of Mitchell and Ryan, I think, to get Sicily. But getting Sicily, who's a top 6 defender, it looks like, with the way he's playing at the moment, would be huge, and it would mean that my defense would start to really I wouldn't have to rely on Mitchell and Wilmot anymore. I could literally just go, even though those 3 are still going to be playing, I could get in another rookie here, and another rookie here, meaning that I get some more cash flow in, as these guys aren't really going to make much, I don't think, unless I'll have to look at Mitchell's break even to make that call. But having arguably the top 6 defenders for the round, if we look at defenders wise and their last round, you have Sicily and Redmond and Lloyd and Hunt and Blakey and Hearn and Doherty. So there was a couple guys that were ahead of Day and Whitfield, but Whitfield had a holding the ball decision, and not a holding the ball. It was something, I think it was a free kick, and also he didn't run out of the square, so that would have been 108, and that would have been here. And then Will Day had a couple of things not go his way, had 2 free kicks against. So he could have been 108, 110, and that would have had me almost the top 6 defenders, which would have been crazy. But getting Sicily in will help that cause. Yeah, as you can see, it's really good, except for Aikens and McPherson. It would have been almost top of the round if I'd gotten Sicily and MVC'd him and had or even if I just, the thing is, I had 3 guys that really did bad from last round already, and that was Aikens, Powell, and Hollins, and I got 2 of them out like I could, and just had to cop the lower score of the lot in Atkins, but luckily he had the lower break even out of all of them, so I was able to just cop his score, and I think he goes up by 1k or stays stagnant, so, and his break even will go back to 70 odd. But that's the plan, is to either get Sicily or Hobbs. Hobbs is probably the better option because if I do hold him in the end and take 4 guys, it'll enable me to have that forward, but I can always just change him out for Luke Jackson, I think, is an option after a couple rounds, or Gawn if he gets forward status. So Will Day 101, like we said, pretty unlucky not to get more. Newcomb 100, Nash 98. I was looking at Nash, but he just has a horrible kick to handball ratio, and that's the reason why he's not doing these 130 games, as he's got good tackling and good disposal numbers. It's above 24 disposals 6 weeks running, but he doesn't have the he had a game where he had 4 kicks and 22 handballs. Impey, Bramble, Warple, I'm happy that I got out of him because he's starting to drop cash, and there's a lot of other issues such as Rats, Fiorini for some people, Hollins if you held him, Hunter Clark, any other low scores last round. Let's see. You got Hunter Clark, Fahey, some people had Hannon, Blank had a 13 on 91%, Rodham 21, Lever, Newman 27. That got a lot of people, I'm pretty sure. If we look here, 1% owned. McVie only at 28, and he's 26% owned. He would be bench product though. Anyone else here that really did bad? Powell, as we said, at 44. He is 2% owned, isn't he? 2.9% owned, 2.09. Melican Rivers did a 46 on 2.85% owned. Anyone else here? Florent might be a little bit owned, 1% owned. Campbell might be owned by some people, 0.7. Weddle, he had a 55, and a lot of people would be using that as bench option, some off the bench sort of thing. So it means that they have to rely on Wilmot, I'm pretty sure. Wilmot doesn't have the role. I'm looking at Oscar Mullins now and thinking he's going to be real good at like 225k or so. And he can just hold there and just be useful and gain a lot of cash. As yes, he might get dropped, but hopefully he doesn't, because we need rookie options, and he actually looked really good. And I think Geelong can sort of rotate a couple guys. Anyone else here? Witherden, a 60 on 0.7, so no one really jumped on him. Stocker has 3% owned. Jordan Clark as well, 1.25. Sard, 2.5. Hoff, Howard. Jimby still 43% owned for a 67. So that basically counteracts McPherson's low score. Laverde, Hind, Hardwick. Wilkie would be like 1.45. Williams would be owned by a few, 1.5%. Salem as well, 78, 0.6% owned. Anyone else here? Kemp, did anyone hold him? 1.7%. Wengulim, Malira, 2.5, and then you get Sinclair here at 80, score for 2.6%. These are just defenders, actually. That's not even looking at even the worst scorers. I was like, where are some of these other bad ones? Anyone else here? Mick Andrews was like 50%, 46%. Farah, Hewitt as well, owned by 0.7% for 25. That's really bad. Mackenzie, 31, and he's still owned by 22%. Like, we evaded all of them, except for Rapt, basically. Fiorini, owned by 10% still. We evaded so many. I'm so happy. So yeah, like we talked about, Weddle, he'll be a good cash gem, but just a 55, that's going to slow him a little bit. Mitchell, 70, hopefully hold, because like I need him to hold at all costs. And then no one else here really. Mackenzie, 31, like we talked about just then. Yeah, doesn't really help his cash gen, break even, and it's going to need to be traded, but probably some people will have to hold him through the buys, as you just can't get him out at this point. So that's the review of the St Kilda Hawthorn game, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.